So today's video is slightly different, strange than normal. It's a game I haven't done on the channel before, but honestly the game is not that important, although I think, which it's the 30th today when I'm recording at least this audio. The footage was from the other day. But the new banner and new units will be out, and you can see here I have to almost 3k. I have almost 4k gems or orbs now. So I'll record my summons tomorrow during that banner. But for today's video, the background footage is more just to have something going there, because I don't really have a good setup to just like record my face and do that kind of stuff at the moment. So just some different background gameplay. It's just me doing my like daily shit, and then I do a couple pulls at the end. I don't remember. I think I get one, like a 5-star, 6-star unit, but nothing major. But I just wanted to have Bleach in the background because Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc in the anime, has been so freaking good. Like, it's been nuts. I'm so happy with this adaptation. It's crazy. The last episode which aired, which I think was the 21st episode overall of like both cores, and I saw probably the most complaints about animation, probably besides the CGI that they used for Komura's Bankai. But besides that, like just some stiff animation and stuff. Even with all of that, that episode was still a 10 out of 10 for me with the added content. It was so freaking cool to see the new Volstin digs. I can't fucking say any of the German words properly. That's one thing Bleach has. It is he or Kubo always chooses like something for his enemies. I think the only one he didn't was the Fullbringers, because they're like more individually unique to the person and not like an overall power. But so like the German theme, which also is kind of fucked up German, the same way the Spanish was kind of fucked up for the wrong cars. It doesn't quite usually make sense. But whatever. It's been so fucking good, and seeing the new powers for the Bambis, it was so cool. It was not something I was really expecting for an extended fight. And also, the voice actors for Menina and Little Toto absolutely fucking killed it. Little Toto in particular, voice is like exactly how I read it from in the manga, like all the way back when I first wrote it. And I think she's been portraying the character perfectly. It's almost reminds me of Migi from Parasite. Oh, that like almost alienate, like deadpan voice. It's very good. I'm absolutely loving that. And just their overall like new Volston digs, like their it fit so well with their shrifts. Like Menina got dumbbells, and then they like extended into batons, which was awesome. Little Toto's moves with one was Spork and one was Spife, which was so fucking hilarious. I started laughing when that happened. It was awesome. And just like the whole magical girl transformation aspect of it was so good. Also, Giselle's little like what was it called? Dead Boys Club, something like that along those like lines, was so great. Where she like shaked out some bones and made little skeletons. It Bleach has actually had two moments with the mask and the like bony skeleton guys. Both have some Gear 5th energy with the sound effects and stuff they used. It was great. So I absolutely love that episode because we just got so much more added content. And it felt so good at the end of the episode too. Because we got like Ichigo finally meeting with Yuriro, and then fucking Chad and Orihime come out of nowhere, which if I remember right, that is not how it happens in the manga at all. So I was super hyped about that. They also kept the fucking outfit, which I still think they might censor the moment when Yoruichi reaches up through Orihime's chest, but they did not censor the outfit, which I kind of thought might happen, but it also gives me hope that we might get the God of Thunder title card screen for Yoruichi in the later half of the arc. So overall, this fit's so happy with the adaptation, and it's like reinvigorated my love for Bleach so much because I've reread the manga now, which is probably like my fourth or third time reading the manga completely now. And even I feel like even if you don't appreciate the story aspect of or like the characters of Bleach, which I think is honestly one of its strong suits, but if you don't care about that type of stuff, just the art in the fucking manga is so good. And I think that's one of the biggest things about this adaptation is some shots are basically one for what they were in the manga, and it looks so fucking good. I also have some hope that Hisagi might get his Bankai animated like Shinji did, which not perfectly holding out hope because they cut Ichigo's dad's dialogue about his Bankai, but in the first core at the end they kept in Hisagi and Kensei talking about training for Bankai. So I have some hope that it might be added, but they might also just add that in because at the end of the arc in the manga, they do make a joke about him not being able to get a chance to use it, which they could just keep it in to have that. But I do have a bit of hope that it might get animated, which would be so badass. Because when I saw it, like at the end of last episode, when Renji and then Byakuya and the crew pull up, I saw Hisagi in the background, and I was like, if I remember right, past this point, you don't really get to show off like at all, which is a bit of a shame because he's one of my favorite characters. I'm also like him and Kira are probably my favorite lieutenants. It's also hard though because I literally love almost every single Bleach character, especially everyone in the Gote 13. Kubo is almost too good at making characters because he makes far too many cool characters where there's no shot that they're gonna get anything enough to do. Like the Visors get scammed out of most things because like literally even when they're first introduced, they're basically introduced as like an intermediary type thing, the same way that Squad Zero is. But like they get introduced and their main villain is fucking Aizen. There's no shot they're doing shit to Aizen during that arc, so they basically get screwed out of all of their victories. They basically show up to look badass against Menos Grande, which, I mean, I love all those characters and getting anything is enough for me. And like, there's just so many good characters, and like we have so many like Ronkars that are still alive that are awesome characters and a lot of some people's favorites. And like it's just hard to balance making a cool character and actually giving them enough to do, which is probably Bleach's biggest downside, but honestly is not too big of a problem for me because it's kind of the life of a shonen. But I think one of the I've rewatched and reread Fullmetal Alchemist and Brotherhood recently, and that is a show that gives its side characters like enough to do. Like almost everyone that appears gets to do at least something of value throughout the show, and which is nice. I think Kubo sometimes introduces like enough villains that like don't. Like, a lot of the Quincy's don't even end up dying to actually the Soul Reapers, which is a shame. So I'm hoping a couple moments get extended, like with the Lilionet, I think that's his name. The X Shrift comes down and like as like all the little birds or whatever. I hope we get to see more of that. And I'm hoping next next episode, we get to see more of the fight between Gote 13 versus the Quincy before the Australian happens and everyone gets murked from the sky. But it's all been so fucking badass, and just like seeing this show up finally, all this stuff that happening is so crazy to me, because like there was so much of me that thought that Bleach was dead in the water, never getting an adaptation again. I got a bit of hope when Burn the Witch started getting more traction, like the anime and stuff, but it kind of died down. Which I'm excited. Burn the Witch is supposedly getting more stuff after Thousand Year Blood War in the anime, which is exciting because I love what Kubo did with that. That and the Hell Arc have both been very good for how small they are for the amount of content. But the Bleach anime coming back was probably probably the thing I was most wanted in the anime and manga like thing to get adapted. Like, one of the other things is I want Soul Eater to get a fucking proper adaptation after Fire Force ends. Like, if they did it, I think they could do justice to it. And cause like whenever Fire Force has like the creepy shit with the Evangelist and stuff, and the like other, where I don't know, with the like the plane, his inner world or whatever, it looks so badass and it's so like creepy and like matches the tone to Soul Eater so well, and it feels awesome. So if we get Soul Eater like that, our Soul Eater just needed to finish. Just wait, take a break, you can wait for the anime, because like the animation stuff, Soul Eater holds up so well to this day, and like I hate that it doesn't fit like the follow the canon story, but it's still like an enjoyable watch because it looks fucking good, and like you just get to see those characters live in the anime. So getting to see Bleach come back is like crazy, because that's my fucking first anime. Like, it's the reason I like love anime is because of Bleach for the most part. So just crazy to see, and like I'm absolutely loving every moment of it. Like, I see some people complaining, which honestly doesn't surprise me, because of the big three, I guess Naruto, to be fair, it's a lot of fucking shit for how it ended as well. But just like even before Bleach ended, people absolutely fucking shit on it for like so many things that I love it for. Like, the anime community just never makes sense to me, because they'll complain about slow pacing forever. We finally get a show in series that has fast pacing. I do agree that the very last chapters of the Thousand Year Blood War arc are crazy too fast, but I don't mind a war arc having just a lot of battles that end in like a couple chapters or like an episode. It kind of kills, and I also like that they're not switching between fights constantly. That fucking drove me crazy in the original Bleach, is how much they flip-flop between fights, and like, because it ruins the flow of the fight, and it just like makes you not enjoy the thing it switched to, even if it was good. Like, it can just ruin the series for people. Although, to be fair, I know some people like that too. Like, I remember when Demon Slayer Season 3 was airing, a lot of people wanted them to switch between Mitsuri's fight and he's one of my favorite, Murichiro. They wanted them to like switch between their fight and like end them at the same kind of time. Which, if like you time it perfectly well, it's good enough. Like, sometimes Fullmetal Alchemist, the anime, does it, and it like they do it pretty well sometimes. And it can feel nice to have like two simultaneous fights end at like almost the same time, and like it can feel for like the overall fight nice. But for the most part, I prefer to just have like one fight end at a time and get like the full like closure and the story arc like finalized in that like little mini fight, like the thematic whatever they're trying to showcase in that fight. That's why I remember getting a 6-star, so I have a ticket. So I don't think it's any crazy, but helps me get to some more gems for tomorrow. Which I know probably a bunch of people... Oh, I actually like this unit. I was playing with her. This is the one that, like, sucks up the Sero and then blows out her pink one. Jesus, that sounded a bit sus. But, yeah, I liked her. Now I have the swimsuit now. I have her resurrection. And I have, that one. I think I also might have Kid Nell from the PvP tickets. But maybe not. It might have just been someone I was considering. But that's like pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to fucking talk about Bleach. It's one of my fucking favorite series ever. And I should have the next video out tomorrow or the next day. Just some summons and not too much else. Just a little talk or whatever. But that'll be all for today. So, peace.